Good evening, everyone. Eben here from Headstart, from the CSR initiatives and CSR Friday. As a day job, I work with Bits Plani, running the incubator, bio incubator on healthcare and environment. I volunteer with Headstart on different aspects, and CSR and sustainability is something like close to my heart. So happy to have you all today. We don't have any agenda for today. Basically, we will be starting with introductions, a round of introductions, and like to understand actually why we wanted to have this no agenda meetup today, to understand what we can bring from Headstart to you on the CSR aspect. Like if you're a incubator, or if you are a social impact startups, or if you're an innovative startup who can create impact in India. Or if you're from a CSR foundation or a CSR wing of a corporation, we would also work with you for driving this initiatives. And we can start with introductions. Maybe I can call out few names, and then it can go on. So I would like to have like Ridik, because I can see him on the screen. Ridik, you can start with. And one thing, it can be quick 3-line introductions. One, you, about your organization. Second thing is on like why you want to, what you want to know about the CSR, and how you will be fit for CSR as an incubator or a startup or a foundation. Over to you, Ridik.
Yeah, very good evening, guys. So my name is Ritik Srivastava. The screen suggests an event say. So we are a group of people are working on a startup named Recytech. So in Recytech, we are transforming human hair into nitrogenous fertilizer. Currently, human hair is treated as waste, and it's currently treated as waste. And when we basically it's release toxic gases when it get fired. It generally is get fired by municipal corporation or peoples. So we are eliminating one side of waste, and we are producing the organic fertilizer. So that's all we are working on, and we are incubated at Bidec Bionest, as Abin is part of, and we are pre-accelerated and incubated at the Startup Nexus, which is a part of ACIR and US Embassy. And I've recently been part of IS Lab at ISB, Indian School of Business Hyderabad.
Thank you
about me.
Thank you. Quickly moving to Taha, please.
Hey, thank you, Evan. So I, along with Evan and the team, work with Headstart, a volunteer Headstart, focused on helping build a strong ecosystem for all these startups across the country. CSR is one of the initiatives that we are very passionate about. We believe that startups bring technology that can really help make a big impact, especially social impact. And at the same time, we do see a lot of our partners, be it incubators, government, and corporates, who are also very keen on leveraging the startup power to help make this impact. And this entire forum that we have started at CSR Friday Initiative is all about increasing the impact and value and support that CSR can provide along with startups to make a big impact in social media. Right, so excited about being over here, engaging with all the startups over here and the incubations and the CSR partners and corporates. I think there is a great amount of opportunity for all of us coming together and helping bring some innovative, meaningful, impactful solutions that the country needs, in fact, the world needs.
Thank you, Taha, for that introduction. As I spoke earlier, like we at Headstart wanted to like bridge that gap or challenges with incubators or startups working in this space. So that's where we brought this initiative, and Taha is one of the pillars who are driving this. So thanks, Taha, for joining today. So we have powers from Crescent Innovation Incubation Council. Like if I can see Crescent Innovation Incubation Council. If you can do a quick round of introduction, it would be great. And it will be great. Like we are a community. If you can turn on your cameras, like everyone, if you can turn on your cameras, much happier. Thank you. Over to you, Bhuvana. Sorry.
A very good afternoon. This is Bhuvneshwari from Present Innovation Incubation Council. So I am representing our Gira. So we are have been located in Vandalur, Chennai. So we work on three sectors, namely life sciences, industry 4.0, and mobility and transportation. So we are supported by DBT, DPIIT, and also by EDII Tamil Nadu government. We are in association with them. So we are looking for CSR funds for our startups, how we can connect them and how Headstart can help us in collaborations and even for networking opportunities for partnerships and more. So looking way forward with Headstart, with Evan and team. So that is our expectation.
Thank you, Bhuvana. Much happier. Incubators like you, surely we can work together to bring
Sure.
back together.
Sure.
And now I can see Ram Kumar on screen. Like if you can, we were doing like a round of introductions to understand about you and your organization and the challenges or like thought process to be in this space of CSR. Please, Ram Kumar, if you can quickly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Ibn. So I guess my screen is on. So basically, I am from Cochin, Kerala. So I'm working on a start-based company called Team Starbase Private Limited. The problem we are addressing right now is waste management. So basically, we are trying to create a system where we ensure that the waste that is being generated from different corners reach the recycling plant. So what we could understand from the existing system is that it is having an operational efficiency below, say, 30 to 40%. Like very few communities have waste being collected, but they don't have a system to ensure that the waste is reaching the recycling plant. So me joining this event is, I would like, me being a social entrepreneur, it is very difficult to, identify the right investors and the right networks. So maybe this way, some people with similar mindsets, maybe they help me in moving my head in my journey. And maybe when I can support others in what expertise I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Nitin. I can see Priyadarshi on my screen. Priyadarshi, can you do a quick introduction?
Hi, I'm not able to switch on my camera. I'm facing some technical issues. Hi, this is Priyadarshi. I basically belong to native to Odisha. Had some startup in Bangalore as well as in Pune. We are basically into the deep tech segment, but yes, before the deep tech, I was a part of some 3 to 4 NGOs working in multiple segments. And apart from it, yes, we are also running on startup ecosystem, though inspired from Gotham only. That is called My Startup Yatra. But basically, we are catering to tier 2 cities. So then this is the first time when I'm looking anything like how to use the CSR fund for startups. This is first time I'm thinking. Before it, I had never thought about it. So that's it from my end.
Thank you, Priyadarshi. Much happy to help you in your journey to tap that CSR, or like if there is an avenue or an opportunity for you to work with corporates on CSR, surely we can get you in touch. So I have shared the WhatsApp group link where you all can part of, where we are having continuous conversations, opportunities, challenges, or like learnings where we share together. Much happier. Welcome everyone to the WhatsApp community also. Next, I welcome G. Krishnan from SEDI NIIT. Please, if you can do a quick round of introduction, it will be great.
We are a startup known as Robobionics. So we make prosthetic hand for people with below elbow amputation. So some of the problems that the users have is probably they cannot afford the hand. So what we are thinking is we are thinking of using this CSR channel to build our customer base probably. So that is the reason I attended this. And personally, I had interacted with Taha during the IIT Mandi competition. So just wanted to explore. Yeah, thank you.
I'm happy to have you over here. I know what you guys are doing. It's really impactful, especially in the sector itself. And I'm glad to have seeing you in this place. But I believe that CSR can also be another channel for you to be able to take your product to much larger masses, because there are a lot of institutions, NGOs are working in the direction which work with CSR Foundation. So that's a great tool. Thank you, Rahul.
And next, I would like to have Rahul. Rahul is again from IIT. Rahul, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I work with IIT Goa. Sorry about that. And I've been volunteering with Headstart for various things. And this initiative, because I work with CSR, and as Taha said, we can allocate the right impact where CSR has been struggling till now in terms of their impact assessments. Here, we'll be able to monitor it, leverage it much better. So I'm happy to be part of the initiative and looking forward to hear it from everybody else rather than my points. So.
Thank you, Rahul.
Yeah.
I can see Ronald here. Ronald from AIC R&DU. If you can quickly introduce and like the ways that you are collaborating with on CSR, if you can let me know the challenges or like your thought process for startups to have CSR. Much happy to listen from you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ibn. Hi. So we are actually a little new and wanting to explore this actually. And thanks to Ibn for helping us out in few connections and all. So news is we have recently got ATG exemption also. So now we can actually go ahead and tap the CSR fund, which is available for startups. So yeah, definitely. Basically, I'm looking forward to now explore this domain also, since we have got this ATG exemption. So idea is to help the startup whatever way it is possible. So if I can tap into some CSR fund through ATG exemption and pass the benefits to the startup, so would be working now on this. And I want help from everybody. I mean, help, suggestion, whatever it takes, to take this forward.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just to add, sorry, I know I'm taking that.
No worries.
But first of all, congrats to ATG. I know that's been going on for some time, and glad that now that's currently here. And like you said, I think this entire purpose for us in this community is to bring strength and unity, right? Like of all of us being together, there are much bigger and better avenues that we can do, right? And this entire opportunity in the space is a very high potential because there are funds, there is a clear mandate, there is an objective, right? It is just that the awareness is not very high. We do see some of the top corporates like Cisco, Microsoft does some really good programs. HDFC Bank is one of the few ones, right? Which are, but there are many more who are now asking us also that, hey, what can we do? And I think this community is basically that platform that helps us, present such cases of all the incubators that are partners, all the startups that have potential to leverage that part out, and go and bring that to all the corporates and tell them that, hey, you have a focus area. We have these community of, great startups, incubators who can all facilitate that entire part of it. Let's do something together, right? And at the same time, when corporates also come in and then become part of this entire communication, that's where more opportunities are also developed. So glad to have you and all the other members also on this forum.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ronald and Taha. So I'm quickly moving to Akshay. I can see Akshay on the screen, please. We were on like quick round of introductions and your thoughts on CSR as being a startup or an incubator.
Hi, so I am Akshay Jain from Develop Train Maintain. We are a renewable energy startup. We have been developing a product it is a synergy between wind and solar energy for rooftop applications. So we have been working on this product called Vayu Mitra. It is a vertical axis turbine mounted with a solar panel on it to provide you with a rooftop energy throughout the year. So that is the main concept. We have done one pilot at INS Shivaji, and other pilots are being in the pipeline right now. And about the CSR, we have been trying to see to many occasions where the people who are not having the power can actually be powered up using some CSR funds and the efforts by some of the companies. I have been seeing many companies putting out their solution for energy tech and green tech solution as well in this currently, as I currently applied to ACT grants as well, and even some more comments and all the other companies are coming out for the same kind of CSR funds. So yeah, it has been means many more companies are there who can actually do this, and we should actually be able to power up small villages, uh, small villages and other like settlements who do not have access to the grid, either due to the geographic issues, or either they don't have the grid but they have power for 1 or 2 hours daily or something like that. In India, still there is a problem of that. So it would be helpful for them and uplifting for them as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshay. So power or renewable energy resources is some like big infrastructure, or like mostly the infrastructure companies are looking to spend their CSR on this space. And like we have a couple of corporates in this similar angle who is working, like including Adani. So
Yes,
probably like we will have a offline call on this for sure to
sure,
understand
sure.
more on it.
Okay.
I can see Anuj K then Anakse on my screen. If you can quickly introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. I'm Anuj Ketan from Annexi Digital Runners. Uh, so the reason why I'm on this call is uh, after the second wave of the pandemic, we have started this new vertical in our company regarding social impact. So I'll quickly tell you what our company does. We are a last mile data collection service which provides surveys, market research, market mapping, app onboarding kind of services in tier 2, tier 3 and rural areas. So till the second wave of COVID, we were strictly into the commercial sector where we were helping brands reach to the rural parts of the country. But after the second wave of COVID, we started this project called Project Suraksha, where we the project was about spreading awareness regarding vaccines crossing the digital barriers with the help of our digital runners. So we have around 40,000 digital runners. You can call them as field executives across India who are tech savvy. And with the help of our tech platform, they were able to register people on the COVID app and get them vaccinated. And so now we are seeing this product market fit in the social sector, and we are trying to explore synergies with CSR funds and social funds and impact funds to build this further.
Thank you, Anuj. Much like I heard a lot from Taha earlier about you on the activities which you did on
Okay.
COVID.
So
Happier to
yes,
have you on.
I think Alexia, Anuj.
Yeah, please.
Yes. So no, I think I'm glad that you're here. So Govind and Anki, the founders, are a close friend of the Headstart community in Indore itself. They are very active members over here, and great founders of the ecosystem itself. Right, so they've helped a lot of startups, and good to see the work Digital NXT has done on the social enterprise. I think we'll very soon also get them on this platform because they've been able to raise like $1 million. To help fund the entire initiative, and they can talk about the journey of how did they, with that mission. And that's also a great example that I want to talk about is where Digital NXT had the means, right? Project Suraksha was the output that was created because of the means they had and the partnerships they were able to close. So we talk about CSR, and I know the majority of the startups that we have over here are primarily working on CSR itself or on social impact, but we may also have startups that are that have a solution which could have a potential huge social impact similar to like Digital XC, and working with the right CSR partners, these ventures can actually leverage their technology to make an impact. I think that's also especially for incubators that we have on board, that's an important part because it doesn't have to be a startup who has a focus towards social impact. It could just mean that they have the technology or the avenues, and that itself is enough for us to be able to leverage that and create it if we are able to just figure out the right use case for them and the right partner to work with. I think that's where the opportunity for incubators to support a larger ecosystem itself is huge.
Definitely.
Thank you, Anuj. Thank you, Taha. So
Thank you for the feedback, Taha.
quickly moving to the next one. Suvarna Surkar Fund Minds. I know she's from the Goa. She recently won the Women Entrepreneur Award. Congratulations, Suvarna. Suvarna, if you can quickly introduce and your thoughts, like how your startup can able to like looking for raising CSR or like creating impact through CSR will be great. Suvarna.
Hi, everyone. This is Suvarna here. Sorry, I won't be able to put my camera on. I'm on the move. So yeah, we are an edtech startup. I'm the founder of Fun Minds Learning Tech Private Limited. So we are working with kids from 10 years to 16 years, and we are helping them build. We are building a physical kit, which is gamified version, and it will be given to the kids physically, so they can play the game physically and understand what is the coding and how to run about the fundamentals to its application. So we are taking them conceptually rather than just application wise. Also, we are looking to cover tier 2, tier 3 cities because this is where the problem exists. They don't get enough exposure, but the hunger here is a lot for knowledge. Secondly, we are also looking for CSR help so that we can run projects to most of the schools, even in Goa, are government and government aided. So it becomes very difficult for us to reach out to all of these schools.
Yeah, Suvarna, like I would like to connect you immediately after this call because IBM Skill Bill, IBM CSR vertical, they took Goa as one of their major plays, and they wanted to do more programs on skill building and education actually. So would like
definitely.
So
yes,
like
definitely. Also, I would like to connect with NXT since they are doing also a lot of work in tier 2, tier 3, mapping us with the research and all that as well. So if you could connect us to them as well.
For sure. So you can use the platform, like our WhatsApp platform, to connect with. And like actually, this is why we did this no agenda meetup.
Yeah. Yes. That's perfect actually.
So rather having a speaker coming and speaking in depth, like it's always more collaboration because all here is to create impact. So
right.
like how we can maximize that impact is more important. So like we would appreciate everyone in this call to collaborate and work together to create a tap that CSR on one side, but on other side create that better impact for people and planet.
Yes, perfect.
So Anuj is all happy over here. He has a smile on his face. He'll be happy to connect with you already.
Yeah, hi Sona, it's great to hear.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Thank
can just
you so much.
leave your contact details.
Yes, in fact, I have DM'd you on this Zoom itself.
Okay, I haven't received it. Could you just send it again?
Yeah. I would definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Quickly
thank you so much.
Next one, Sanjeev, because we are almost close 30 minutes of it. We have few other to introduce also. Calling up Sanjeev Kumar from Invadex to do a quick introduction and what you do and how you think CSR can be one of your avenue, please.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. So nice to see people around. And I was earlier volunteering with Headstart around 7 years back. Then I got into a small startup called as Thinktronics. We are a IoT-based system. We work for home automation and elders' well-being and this farmers kind of water pump in the Andhra deep villages when you power on. It's a traditional solution, but we got that project to power it on that motors in the wee hours of morning and night, put it on and off. And IoT for GMR airport projects in Hyderabad, where the temperature sensor in various escalators and various floors across the airport, we were able to sense it. And we were working on a indoor navigation technology for guiding the passengers across levels in 3 dimensions. So that was the background of the startup. Of late, much of our projects got stuck up into the various government funds. So we started thinking to approach various private companies for various kind of projects. And that is why we thought of getting into the CSR mode, because there's a lot of potential of getting the traction in IoT, especially from Intel. So basically, we have a product for the elders care, where the elders, they tend to fall in the house, in the bathroom. So we have a three-dimensional navigation technology plus local wireless sensors, which can be in the proximity of the person, in a corner of the roof mounted. So any alert kind of mechanism could be generated. And the idea is their elders stay alone in the home, in the care center. So there could be somebody watching electronically. So that was the idea. That is towards a CSR kind of initiative. So we hope that we can approach private companies like Cisco, Intel, and do some traction for the funding side. So our product is not yet ready. The hardware geek is about to set up, but we have tie-up with some hospitals and some vendors who supply us balancing mechanism. So idea is that if the elders fall, then they get to a physiotherapy center for balancing them, right? The weight balance. So that kind of mechanism, if could be employed within the house with our technology, then it might help them, because to avoid to go to hospital or in fact invite a physiotherapist at home. So we are just looking for the CSR initiative part of it from the corporate side.
Okay, Sanjeev, thank you. Thanks.
So just to add, I mean, I'll just take 1 minute. Sanjeev, quick thing. So we actually have one of our incubators, AIC JKLU, which has a very strong network in the elder care. So they have a few partners that they work with on the elder care side. So they should be able to, I can connect with them, and they should be able to help you with some connections. They do work with a few organizations also. So that will be a good start. Secondly, in terms of any hardware support that you need, let us know. We can help you with that. So my venture BioLab, we are into hardware tech development, and we've actually worked on some of these motion detectors also for some of our previous clients. So our team is expertise. In case you need help, happy to help over there as well.
Sure. So I would try to offline. We can catch up. So if you can just drop your LinkedIn or something on the chat box, I will follow you then. Thank you, Taha. Thank you, Taha.
Okay.
Thanks everybody.
Dr. Nirmala from Mercury Skills.
Hello, are you able to hear me? This is
Yes,
Dr. Nirmala.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening to one and all. I'm from Chennai. I do head an training academy called Mercury Skills Enrichment Academy. And we cater to almost all the colleges pan India and also to the corporate houses. And but my soul and heart lies in college training primarily, and to train our students. I'm an ardent fan of Swami Vivekananda, and I strongly believe when he said, "Give me 100%, I will change the whole India." And now to see almost 1/3 of our youth population in India, and I like to train them so that they can uplift our country. First thing, and secondly, I'm in Tamil Nadu. When I do training in down south in our country, I see there are many talented students and who are really very good in academics, but they are a little bit withdrawn in their communication because of their background and the way they have been taught in the schools and all. So the CSR part where I would like to pitch up is if there are any companies where they can provide CSR for providing spoken English or English knowledge to the students. I'm so happy if they could contact me. One thing. And second thing is also I would like these students to get placed because after finishing up their engineering studies with so much good flying colors, after spending up so much of money, like 4 to 5 lakhs of rupees, it is pathetic to see these students go for a job for 5,000 to 10,000 rupees per month. And it will be really an big disappointment for their parents who have been dreaming for almost 4 to 5 years. So I would also like all the entrepreneurs who were here to give me a lending hand in placing these students. I'm not expecting any type of what is this commercials in this one. This is really an service part as a value added service to my training that I am looking up for. So I would be happy if anybody would like to connect on this, and I would like to help those students to get placed also. Thank you. You can also visit my website and see what we are doing. We are also training up for almost the big tier 1 colleges also. But all the tier 1 companies are coming for placement over there, and they are bent upon to take up the students from there because their communication is good, even though they are a little bit back up in the academics. But what I am looking up for those students who are very good in academics but a little bit withdrawn in communication. So if we can find some place where these aspirants could also find a potential part job, I would be happy.
Thank you, Doctor. So surely I believe like education is the largest segment or edu in the last 2 years consecutively. Education is the most CSR spend actually happened. So like if you're working on edutech or skill-based skill development, that is a good avenue. So for startups who are working in this space, because almost all the companies mandated to work with skill building or education because they already know the avenues correctly. So much happier to, or as I already told you, Suvarna, we can connect you with IBM's skill development team, who is like IBM CSR mostly goes to the skill building. So much happy to connect with them on that aspect.
As I say, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, please go ahead.
As I say, of late, our government is much interested in educating and motivating the students to start up their own projects and also in financing them. But you see, these students, they have got no idea about all these things. If provided a good knowledge about this, these students can also become good entrepreneurs in the future. So if anybody is willing to come and give knowledge or to share your knowledge with the students about any type of projects or anything also is welcome.
Sure. Taha.
So I was just saying that I also realized we also have honored over here from RNTU. So RNTU is part of the ISEC organization, which is India's biggest skill development organization itself. And they actually work very heavily towards building rural skill development also. So I think a lot of startups over here and also, in the CSR space as well, that partnership may be very helpful. Roland, your thoughts?
I think we have Ronald from RNTU here right away with us.
Yeah. So yeah, we do work. When it's a 35 years old organization, we have around 22,000 centers across the country, which are mainly skill development centers. They do some other stuff also, like IT courses and all also is there. We have presence in 27 states also. Yeah, so we do work in that domain. If there any startup where we can collaborate and use and leverage this network, definitely we would like to explore that also.
I think certainly one program that we should plan for this year has to be under skill development. We have the right corporate partners, we have the incubator partners, we have the startups over here in this forum. I think that's a great value add itself.
So I think like we can that might be the one easier segment which we can easily pull off, because we already identify a few startups in that space already, incubators working in that space, and we have corporates on the other side. So definitely maybe in next 2 months we can pull off that program for education segment for sure. I think like rather going for more introductions, like we can take a break here. And like I just wanted to have few thoughts from you, understanding. Like I have few questions at moment with me to discuss with you. So maybe I can ask this question to everyone, and like if any one of you can and start answering this, then later we can like conclude it in a better way, and we'll continue introductions in later also. So my first thought is like what are your perspectives, or how startups can grow with the CSR funds or grants? What do you think about it actually? What exactly your perspectives on it, like whether you are working on renewable energy resources or like circular economy or education or even in any other field, like broadly, what is your perspectives or like thought process, how you can utilize the CSR funds and like as grants, maybe as a startup or an incubator? Would like to listen from both the perspective of incubators and startups also.
I think identifying projects for doing the CSR funding for people who want to support, means for corporates who want to support in a specific area is very important. So identifying people, like for me, identifying the people who wanted to support in the areas where you want energy and you want to either decarbonize the economy through industrial decarbonization. It might be having someone who is more enthusiastic about more enthusiastic about the carbon capture or something like that. Even people are now going towards the industries which are most polluting, like cement industry and construction industry. In these parts, heavy use of electricity is needed. So for these, we need to actually make a use case for them to present ourselves. Mostly the startups, best way think startups can apply for CSR funding or ask for CSR is through some incubators who are willing to, because we can't do it directly as well. So we have to go through the incubators, and there should be incubators who can help us truly in this. Like in currently, I guess in Pune, there is only Venture Center who is doing the CSR funding as of now. Who is other than that, I don't know any other CSR fronts where I can go to. So that's
thank you for answering that question. So we have like definitely you put in that in a right way. So in any of the startups who wanted to access the CSR funding, the best way is incubators for sure. So incubate when you go through incubators, you will get the credibility also. On the other side, you don't need to bother about the impact monitoring or the reporting part of it. So that's the biggest headache for being an when you get into the like CSR. You rightly answered it. So we have ISCR Pune also, who is working on CSR. I can connect you with if you need it from Pune.
Okay, fine. But they are almost the same thing only. ISSR and ISR. You can connect me there.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Sure. So, anyone else have different perspectives or like any thoughts on the same, like how a startup can grow? As you Akshay mentioned about the challenges, we can also discuss about the what are the sort of challenges that you are facing or addressing when you are speaking to a CSR firm or a corporate for their CSR funds. Did you ever face any legality issues or any tough round of evaluations or any other factors which came in place when you tried for a CSR? We would like to listen from you to understand that aspects and to make sure that like we can guide you in that place, and also we can help you to overcome that challenges that you have faced. Anyone can answer that question. Would like
so Eben, I would like to talk on this. Actually, we have done one CSR during COVID times to a company. What helped us is, knowing a person from that company. Otherwise, it was very difficult to get through the CSR. So one thing the CSR or the corporates look out for is your past work that you have done before. And what is your credibility? That's obviously sought when we go through an incubator. Second thing is, not every company is in every domain. So identifying which company is in which domain, and by the time you get to the discussions, and it's a lengthy process where they put the files and they keep moving around. Unless you know them one-to-one, it doesn't move fast. So by the time you have reached that place, either the CSR has been given to somebody else, or somebody whom they know and they are in closer touch, or you have missed the train and they say their funds are over and we'll move to the next one.
Got it. So you rightly said, like, identifying the sector that corporate is trying to do the CSR, identifying that sector itself is a good thing, and creating the proposal tweaking to that way. I agree with that point for sure.
Yeah. So if the incubator is there along, what happens is these things of, one, credibility, second is the domain identifying, and third is that process that they go through to approve the CSR will happen quicker.
Got it. So again, like Akshay, Suvarna is also banking incubators. So incubators, this is the right opportunity. You can pick up and work with startups like Suvarna or like develop, train, maintain for doing CSR for sure.
I think also just to add, right, I think this is also an opportunity on two sides. One, for a CSR foundation, they are looking at impact, but they also will have some restriction in terms of how much they want to work with a particular organization, right? And that's where as other founders in the group, you can also have like a cross reference, right? So let's say you have worked with a partner, you have built that relation. Now you can have the partner work with other CSR, other startups also, right? And the same way the other startups also recommend other startups to those CSR partners. I think that way more startups are able to come in and take value and engage, right? Because I think on one side, the good thing about CSR is that they have funds and they have the intent to spend. It is the only question that they have is basically the verification, the trust on the organization and the product that is coming in. And a lot of part of the trust can be handled by reference itself. But I think as a community, when we work together, that referral system gets powerful.
True. So that's where like we also can play a role. Like it's and also some corporates will be looking for doing programs across the country together. So that time like might not be as a single startup, you can't pull off that project. So that time like the incubators or the community can really help you in that case for sure. Any other challenges that you have faced when you approached to CSR funds or foundations earlier? Maybe if anyone had a legal challenges, or I can put in a way, what you would like to listen from us during sessions or master classes on, like if you are a startup or an incubator, and as Headstart through CSR Friday, if we are trying to bring that knowledge, GAN, or doing more workshops, what will be the topics that you would love to listen, or what are the challenges that you want to overcome through the sessions on CSR? Surely getting CSR funding is the last or like the interest point for everyone. But for getting to that form CSR one or like closing a CSR project, there is like a lot more pre-requests or pre-work we have to do. So any challenges or any sessions you would like to listen from us, or any experts much you can put together here where we can bring following CSR Fridays?
I think first thing is writing proposal to the CSR in the right way, because sometimes they don't want to know everything about the company, and they have specific things that they look for when you write a proposal to them. And it is definitely different from company to company. So we would love to have this also, and along with what they expect in return whenever they give out their CSR funds.
Okay, so you want to have sessions on proposal writing, right? Like for how you can create a proposal which can excite the foundation.
Which excites the corporate.
Okay, sure. Much happy to bring that kind of sessions of experts from that segment, or we can even give you templates on a longer run for sure. Any other?
And also like which corporate houses are interested in which type of domain, and where do they want to invest their CSR funds, like blindly approaching each and every companies or corporate for our project. If we would be known that this company or this corporate house is interested in investing their CSR funds in this domain, then it would be easy for us to approach them. And also in the long run, they would also be easily able to pick up the persons also, the startups or the incubators. That also we would like to do, because it is going from pillar to post. It is a very long journey in just reaching the people in the CSR and to know where they are interested in doing what.
Got it. So surely we will do that kind of sessions on like maybe we will create a pool of maybe a platform for the same in a longer run to.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, is there any platform where we can see that what CSR fund means, which company supporting what domain, or any kind of CSR funds open for something like that? Is there anything?
So currently there is only one way where you can identify through any of the company website. If you visit, they have a tab for CSR.
Yes.
Second thing is going to MCA website and figuring out what they did in the CSR in the last year.
Okay.
So this is the two current ways at the moment you can access to it. But longer run, yes, Headstart want to bring a platform on the same. We are working like Vagish and Bhaktashi, all the team at Headstart is working on creating such a platform where you can see, okay, this company have this CSR and this is the segment that or sector they are looking into. At least we can bring that maybe with some contacts or coordinates where we can connect with them.
Yes, and also it would be very much appreciable if we can join in any WhatsApp group or something where we can interact and where we can post messages regarding which will be helpful for each other, helping each other like that.
So we have a WhatsApp group. Bhaktashi already shared on the chat. You can join that group and like we will continuing that conversations there.
And I mean, I think there's also one good point that actually got out, right? One of the like one is of course proposal writing and how do we go about writing a right proposal, but at the same time the awareness in terms of who are the CSR organizations currently looking to work with startups or looking at innovative solutions for their impact needs, right? So we should also look at some solutioning as a community to help disperse this knowledge and information easily with all these startups as well. I know CSR Box is a great platform, but I think that still lacks a more easy understanding of it. But happy to understand more about that.
So CSR Box is actually for NGOs. It's not rightly for the startups. So what happened in the last 3-4 years in this space, more than 1 lakh crore of rupees, or like even in 2019 it was 21 lakh crore, 2 lakh almost 2 lakh was the CSR spend. All this went through the CSR foundations of corporations or through the NGOs. Only 1%, if you take like last year, only 1% came to the startups. So there is actually no avenues where startups can utilize this space. That's the biggest challenge, like whether startups or incubators or even the university research foundation, it's still CSR is a place where not that much accessible. So CSR Box actually gives, if you are an NGO, that is a great platform where you can figure out the projects from different CSR foundations there, or kind of like donations. You can raise donations through CSR Box, like few projects they usually put there. But on a larger note, from Headstart, we would like to create a platform for startups and incubators where we wanted to make this 1% make like minimum 5 to 10% of the fund spending in the next 2 years.
Ibn, I would like to make one point here. As per the companies that we spoke to with CSR, they had no problems giving it to startups. But the point is they wanted that money to be utilized to the beneficiary should be not making, they should not be making money from that from the CSR amount. You can utilize it to create an impact in any place. They are okay to give the money if that is the case. The beneficiary should be somebody government or somebody who cannot afford to pay your services.
So what happens really? Actually, the CSR cannot be used as a maybe like if you as being a privately limited company for their tax exemptions or yes, it cannot be done directly. That is my understanding actually. So it has to be go through an incubator which like can be facilitate that transaction. But in a deeper level as the CSR foundation, like if a corporate have a CSR foundation, that they can avail the startup services to create impact, where startup can raise an invoice back to the foundation.
Right.
I think like Anuj can give a better understanding on it because he did it a couple of times, I believe.
And actually, I'm afraid, but we haven't raised any CSR funds as of now. We're still exploring the same. We've partnered with a couple of non-profit organizations for our project Suraksha, like Give India, Satwa, Dell Foundation. But I wouldn't count them as a CSR. It's directly getting funded from a CSR pool. So that's why I'm here on the call. I'm also as clueless or as knowledgeable as anybody about CSR funds over here. But yeah, so sorry, I cannot share out more information about the same. But
we will make sure that you are getting CSR funds in next 1 year.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal.
Okay. So any other thoughts from like challenges or like thoughts where you want to listen from us on CSR or sessions from CSR?
Not much. Yeah, this is just an introductory, like first time call. So I would be looking for basically the context which happened, right? So the context, it might be the bridging kind of role, right?
Sure. We are much happier to do that from our end, like creating that connections relationship with foundations on other side, NGOs or corporates who wanted to do CSR for sure. Can we move to the if any of you haven't introduced earlier, you can quickly open and do a introduction in 30 seconds. I can see like new joiners, a lot of new joiners on the call. Dr. Arati, Millie. Hi, Millie. Millie is also from Headstart. She is also part of our CSR team. If Millie is around.
Hi, good evening. No, the conversation is pretty, good by itself. So I don't have anything which I can add right now.
Okay, we were like asking you to do a quick introductions. That's it, Millie, at moment.
So I have been associated with Headstart for around 1 year. At a professional level, I am the head branding and marketing at a startup called HESA, and I also pursue my own marketing and consulting company, which is Pandora's Box. So that's a quick update from my side.
Thank you, Millie. I can see this looks so amazing at the moment.
Hey, Abin, this is Shekhar.
Hi, Shekhar.
I joined late. Sorry.
No.
So I'm based out of the US, but I run an organic farming venture in Tamil Nadu. And we've been doing this for the last 3 years. And only with after connecting with you and joining these meetings for the last 2 sessions, I did understand the value of CSR and how we can also get some kind of a grant, because we are into rural economy and youth empowerment, women empowerment. Everything is happening, but we have not structured it and got the right head start. So I'm looking forward to connect with you and all the panel members here and try to improve our, expansion into this grants area.
Sure. Agriculture is one big segment like people really look into. Surely we can connect and like understand more in a deeper level, because we at Headstart we work with Tamil Nadu government very closely. Vagish is one who drives that also from the startup TN engagement. So that side also we can work with more of agriculture engagements or agri tech things which we can do together for sure.
That'd be wonderful.
Shekhar and Ebin. So that was good. You're working in the organic space. So I am basically from Trichy, the southern region, so the Delta region. So we are working towards the agri corridor actually. So if you are interested, we can connect you. I am basically incubator here, the manager and mentor here, supporting rural communities as well, as you rightly pointed out. So I'm open for engagements, and you can connect me later offline. Fine, Shekhar.
Oh, yeah, sure, Mr. Krishnan. We are also in the same Delta region. We are operating out of Tanjavur, Tiruvarur area.
That's great. That's great. So have you heard of this agri corridor concept?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so that is in the nascent stage. Okay, like similar to defense corridor, we are opening out for agri corridor as well. So then we can, if you can connect offline, then we will discuss further, right?
Wonderful, we'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ebin.
Okay, thank you, Krishna. Surely we have to connect because like we are coming with more engagement with the incubators in Tamil Nadu from Headstart, also from Startup TN. Surely we'll connect.
As always, Ebin and Headstart team is always supportive, and this with perspective to the CSR, I want more focus on as other members are requesting for the proposal writing, the template. So that is the need of the hour. Okay. So that is how you can start connecting and encourage startups. So startup doesn't know the templates, the metrics, what are the items to be filled in the proposal. So that is on the other side.
Rightly, when during this call, I was checking for that person. So I got one good speaker for 18th who gonna speak on the same, Nikhil Pant, who wrote India's CSR Amendment Act.
Very good, great. That's great. That's great. Thank you.
So he will be coming and speaking on how to write proposals for CSR. This will be happening 18th of this March, Friday, same time.
That's good. That's one thing. And as they rightly pointed out, the domain connect, the right kind of connection, right, between the startups or the incubators, that will be much more helpful. So we need to come to the right point. That's Headstart is already on the job. Thank you, Ebin and Headstart team. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishnan. I think like we already crossed the time. If anyone else to do a quick introduction, you can do it, or else we can wrap it off for today and can see on the next one. Bhaktashi, I missed you for sure. Please.
Then, like before starting like my introduction, I'm just concerned that Ritik has raised hand. He has something to say.
Yeah,
yes,
please.
Ritik?
Yeah, just thank you, Bhakti. So basically, we are building in ready to use nitrogenous fertilizer from air waste, human air, and it is 11% more productive and 26% less water usage than chemical fertilizer. So we are substituting chemical fertilizer. Is it be in CSR fund? Is it fall into the CSR fund? And we are looking for corporate connect to be early adopter of our product. Is it so? How can we go with a head start? I've been this year. I'm not much aware about the CSR. First time I am in the session.
Surely, as we're gonna interact more with the program at Pioneers, happy to like take your cases one-on-one, and like we can have it, because like your space is you are on social impact space, because like saloons, the waste managers one big area actually, but at moment there is no organization who is like working in this space. Maybe like bigger cosmetic companies who can play their CSR in the space, or might be like companies like naturals can come in place and help you spending their CSR for sure. We will figure it out.
And is there any product like we are to be early adopter of our product? Early adopter of our product.
So you have a organic fertilizer like farmer here right in our community who can use your, who can be your
gardener. Just like this. This is the product.
Okay.
So gardening product. It's not farming, it's gardening. Urban gardener. Like just like in office there is garden and other things like office can buy corporate.
Well, surely we can discuss in detail on it for sure.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Rick, also looking forward to connect with you on the other end after this session on for the one-on-one conversations. We are running lots of collaborative programs with incubators and accelerators as well. So if like I would like to know more about that, and like we'll see what can be done and like where we can connect you with the prominent organizations as well. So thank you. Thank you, Ibn. I would like to thank you everyone over here to join us for the day and making this No Agenda meetup very fruitful and very like it just got lots of useful data to us, like how which will help us to drive the CSR Friday series in more impactful manner. So thank you everyone to like take a time for this and have have a discussion with us over here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bin, for just drawing this session wonderfully. And thank you so much everyone for joining. Thank you.
Thank you all once again. So see you next Friday with CSR, another CSR Friday with a topic that you would love to learn.
Yes, exactly. On the same day, same time, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
This
Thank you, everyone.
no agenda session itself wasn't like an inviting everyone, and something innovative, the heading that you have given. And it was really nice to take part in this. And I would like to take part in the next sessions to come and willing to learn more from you. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.